Hey, Alan here for Untitled Outfitters. So, what we have today is the new Sig P322 pistol. Really nice little gun. Now, if you remember, a long time ago, Sig had a couple of different 22 pistols in their stable. The Mosquito and the 1911 22. Both of those guns were made by German sports guns for Sig. This is made by Sig, designed, manufactured exclusively by Sig, not by somebody else. And that's probably a pretty good thing. This is a really feature-laden pistol, really nice little gun. Capacity is outstanding in this caliber, 22 long rifle. The gun itself, when you look at it, is it's kind of in between a 365 XL and a 320 in size. So it's got a good size profile to it. Being a 22, the components are lightweight. We got a polymer frame and an alloy slide, so the whole gun is not very heavy. On top, we have very nice green fiber optic sights, both front and rear, and optics ready. This will come off. You can mount an optic up there. Controls. Ambidextrous safety lever, ambidextrous slide release, reversible magazine release. So this whole thing is extremely ambidextrous. Takedown levers on one side only, who cares? You're not going to take it down under stress. You're going to take it down when you got time to mess with it, right? Front and rear cocking serrations, nicely designed slide. No significant sharp edges up here. The grip has kind of an undercut right here, and this is smooth. We got checkering on the front, back, and sides, but kind of smooth right there. The trigger has kind of a flat face. We've talked about that before, about how that flat face improves the feel of a pivoting trigger, makes it feel more like a 1911 trigger that moves straight back. There's also a different trigger shoe that comes with this that slides right on to change the feel even more. We got a rail up front, so you could mount laser light or combination, whatever you want up there. That's easy enough to do. The barrel is threaded, so you can put an adapter on there and add your suppressor. Really nice setup. The grip feels really good to my hand. My hand's not terribly large. Most people, I think, are going to be pretty happy with this. No real adjustability here to speak of, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for most folks. The magazine well is beveled and flared. All kinds of features here. And we get 2 magazines with this, and they hold 20 rounds. That's right, 20 rounds apiece. And Sig is coming out with an optional magazine that holds 25 rounds. So really best-in-class capacity here for a 22 pistol. Most of them are 10, a few 12s floating around, 20, 25 under. This is really cool. Now, a word about the magazines. The magazines are very robust. They're very well built. I like them. I like what they did with this here. The spring, most magazine springs are kind of flat. Well, on this one, you've got a coil spring that actually works really good. The magazines aren't terrible to load. Probably like most mags, load them, leave them set, and work with them a little bit. They're going to improve over time. You do have a little, on the side of the magazine, there's a little bar that tells you when you're at 10. Another bar tells you when you're down at 20. This was not completely malfunction-free for us. We had a few issues, all of them, in our opinion, related to the magazine, and probably related to us not really paying attention when we were loading them. If you read the manual on this gun, it'll tell you to pull this follower down, because this follower's got tabs on both sides, right? You can pull all the way down the bottom of the magazine if you want to. Pull it down just a little bit. Load 1 or 2 at a time at the most. Make sure that those rounds are seated all the way in the back of the magazine. Pretty confident that malfunctions we saw were connected to us loading too many at once and not having them seated correctly, okay? Because when we did that, this thing was zipped right along, no trouble. Back to the magazine for a minute. Keep in mind, 22 long rifle, rimmed cartridge, designed for guns before guns were semi-automatic. So, as I've said before, it's a wonder that it even works in guns like this. In this one, it's going to work really well. Just pay attention to how you load the magazines. Again, 220 rounders come with this gun, and you do get a little magazine loader that will help you manage that magazine follower, make life a lot easier loading it. Of course, they hold 20. You don't have to put 20 in them. You can put 10 in them if you want to, depending on what kind of shooting you're doing, right? Another interesting thing about this gun that I've never seen before from another manufacturer, which is kind of neat. This is a chamber flag. Now, if you've bought guns, you're familiar with chamber flag. All it is a little thing that you put in the gun, and you put it in there, and it shows you that the gun is empty and safe. Slides in the chamber like so, right? You close the slide on it, and you can see the gun's empty. Has the slide backed a little bit. You can see it's called a chamber flag because it's a flag. It sticks up where you can see it. Pretty much all new guns have chamber flags with them when they come, so you can at a glance tell. Sig has engineered this chamber flag to do something that I've never seen others do. When you do what I just did here, put it in, close the slide, and then you take this chamber flag and you rotate it down to that position right there. You can actually dry fire this gun safely, remember it's a rim fire, on the chamber flag. And when I back it up, see how the chamber flag stayed put, didn't fall out? I can continue to dry fire it by just backing it up slightly and resetting the trigger. When I take it all the way back, what you'll notice is the chamber flag itself actually is kind of attached to the breech face. Just pull it out and get it out of there, and you're good. So you got a chamber flag that doubles as a dry firing safety device. That is a pretty smart idea. Looks to me to be extremely simple, and hey, well done to Sig for that thought. That's a nice little thing. Nice piece there. Good pistol, very accurate. Sights are well regulated. We were bouncing a shotgun shell around back on the berm with no trouble at all. Because of how the size of this gun and the balance and everything, rapid fire is a piece of cake. You can just crank rounds right out of it really cool, as long as your magazines are loaded properly, right? It's a semi-auto 22, so shoot high velocity stuff in it. Will it work with standard velocity after it's broke in? Maybe. It's a possibility. This is a pretty nice gun. This is going to be a hit for sure. If you're looking for a 22 caliber pistol for plinking, for defensive practice, defensive use, if it's all you can use, this is going to be a top choice. We're just starting to see these. Brand new product from Sig. Just starting to see them. We'll see more of them as time goes on. The Sig P322. Good job for Sig Sauer on that pistol. All right. Well, that's what we have for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Alan for Old English Outfitters.